Hello everyone.
Hi.
We are coming from you at the same place today.
We're in the same space.
This is Samantha-Jayne Love, and this is Judi Reed.
Judi Reed, yes.
And we are the garden of all. We get all of the pleasure and none of the guilt. We have come together today because it is one of my most favouriteest days to celebrate whatever. Not only is it a Friday, which is amazing especially for women, because it is the day of femininity, it is the day of the female, and if you have done no self-love or self-care, this is the day that we do it. We do it on a Friday, and we will get into why. But it is also Friday the 13th. Yay!
Double the energy.
Double the energy. So we are going to give you a bit of an educational, I'm very funny today, educational little episode today. We're going to deep dive into it, and yeah.
Yes, I'm looking forward to being educated because I actually don't know a great deal about a lot of the Friday the 13th type stuff. So yes, teach me.
Have you ever gone into a building and you've gone to go somewhere and there is no 13th floor? This is something that still happens today. And that there is no 13th floor. I believe that and some of the things that we're going to teach you about today is probably the reasoning behind it. Yes, Hollywood has hyped it up, and we've got the Friday the 13th, all the craziness.
There won't be any of that going on.
There is none of that happening today. We are reclaiming the number 13 back. It is lucky. For me anyway, these are just things that we appreciate in the world. I have a black cat. He's walked past my path a gazillion times today, and no bad luck. It actually is a good thing. So let's jump in.
Yes.
Oh my God, there's so much to do, and I've written notes for myself, so if I'm looking down, it's just because I don't want to miss certain things for you as well within it. We all know that there's 12 signs to the zodiac. However, if we go by a cycle, and when I'm talking about a cycle, I'm talking about a moon cycle, whether that is the moon in the sky or the moon within a woman's biological processing. So we call...
So you're talking about periods?
Yes. The period. So we do talk about it as a moon cycle. In some certain circles as well. We have 13 of them suckers. We don't have 12. Let's just get real about all the things. If we are regular on our cycle, if we go by 28 days, and that is by all means not regular, this is just by going with the moon, and you can, if you want to do that, you can start to create a cycle for yourself with the moon as well, and really tap into the moon's energy so that you can have more of a regular cycle. Yes, some people have shorter cycles, some people have longer bleeds, some people have longer cycles. Everything is welcome. There is no right and wrong way of doing things. So there's always been 13. There is talk of that there's 13 zodiacs as well, and that is a tough subject for some people to...
I have heard about that, and a lot of controversy. I think a lot of people found it extremely confronting.
Yeah, but I suppose anything that's astrological, people do find, if they're really dead bang on into the charts and everything else, if there's a new discovery or if there's something different, they're like, wait a minute, this does not align with my way of being and all the things. So, and I'm just one for let's let's experience something new.
Yeah.
So we are going to go into Norse mythology, Celtic mythology, and just talk about the different things that can or cannot be invoked. Essentially, whatever you want is a good thing. We are both wearing black because we believe that Friday the 13th is a lucky day.
Absolutely.
We get to call in what we want for the coming months, the coming years, and bringing in the luck into our lives. A lot of people do like to use colour therapy to bring certain qualities into their life, and some people say that black is not a colour, and some people,
I wear black all the time. It doesn't mean I'm sad. I like it. It's a power colour for me.
Well, that's it too. And if you look at colour psychology, they say that if you're going for a job, especially in a corporate setting, that if you wear black, you are in the power realm of things. So,
and we're from Melbourne too, which means you've got to wear black. I don't know if people watching know this, but if you come to Melbourne, expect to see a lot of black.
Yeah. I'm a little bit off that. I do have black on today, but generally I'm a rainbow of fluffiness.
Yes, you are. You are indeed. Yes. And I'm the powerful black one.
But did you know that a long, long time ago the brides used to wear black?
I did not know that. I really, really like that idea.
Yeah. So I don't know. I find the what it was, but so brides would wear black and you would wear white to a funeral, which I think is a beautiful way of, because essentially when you are having a funeral, you've gone to that next transition, and the ancient Egyptians, actually, they talk about cycles, and that life happens in cycles, and then the 13th cycle, it is the transcendence of you going into wherever we go. So I really like that idea of all of that. What are we saying? I think that they're trying to say that potentially Good Friday, one of the original Good Fridays, was actually Friday the 13th.
Really?
Well.
Oh, I've not heard that.
Look, we're not here to be absolutely truthful. We're just talking about all different things out there.
Different people believe different things, and
Yeah, and there was a lot of, back in the day, scripture, philosophy, traditions were all handed down, not in paper, but they were handed down by embodying them and by stories. That's why we have stories, is so that we get to hand down knowledge to different generations as well. So, and if you were ever a kid and you ever played Chinese whispers, stories can get tainted. Some people will hear it how they want to hear it. There's always different perceptions within things.
Yep.
So our thing is to feel into what feels good for you. If it feels good for you, that is the way that you move forward. There is just so much within my notes that I
And I think you were talking to me before about
yes.
something to do with 13 being sort of perceived as a bad number, something connected with patriarchy and stuff like that.
Yeah, so essentially 13 is the number of the feminine. So, and that's where we're sort of getting to in regards to things. So Friday the 13th, they say that Friday, Freya, the goddess Freya, she is, her name is supposed to be associated with Friday, and 13 is the So they say that the symbol of the number 13 hums with the energy of the divine feminine. So there is, people out there that will say that the divine feminine was tried to be erased. We had witch burnings, we had witch hangings, we had witch, all the ways to go, we went. And generally that was strong, powerful within their own body, mind, knowledge, wisdom, women who one could heal people with herbs or with energy or with their knowledge. And there was a lot of people, the patriarchy, who did not like that, especially the church as well. So we're not bagging on the church, we're just saying that they wanted to take away anything to do with...
And I think that is acknowledged, like in historical records and things.
Exactly. So you can't say that within all of history there was only male apostles, there was only male this, there was only male that, and that the women were only there to be mothers or prostitutes. I don't believe that. There's plenty of cultures out there that still have the feminine as the hierarchy of things, and that because, I don't know, as women we see things in a different way. Our men, we love them to death, but they are action takers, they are our hunters, our protectors, and women just see things from a different perspective. No one is better than the other, and I think that if we can come together and find that divine way of moving, that will be where we find this notion of world peace.
And we all have that masculine and feminine in us too. So men have a feminine side and they can choose to focus on that feminine side. So we're not actually talking about sort of gender specific, we're talking sort of energy wise. So the feminine energy can be embraced by anyone who chooses to.
Totally. And within a lot of the work that I do, it's finding we have, there's always a yin to the yang, light, dark, whatever we want to be moving with, for this sense of purpose that we have our feminine, but we can have distorted feminine or unhealthy feminine as well. Same with the masculine. There's distorted and unhealthy as well. But I like to sit within a good sort of 70% feminine and then bring the healthy masculine traits. I don't get it right all the time. We are human.
And life circumstances can change. I know at certain points in my life I've had to really rely on my more masculine energy in order to get through certain situations. Where the feminine energy, I wouldn't have been able to do what I needed to do, I guess, in those situations. So.
Look, anyone that's a single mum out there, there's, let's just call it, we have to be sometimes mum and dad at the same time, and we're not talking about whether we're co-parenting or solo parenting. It's just if you have the kids a lot of the time, there are times where you're like, oh gee, I need to be in my masculine a lot today. I haven't had much sleep. You have to take some action. You have to push past. Your feminine body's like going, I just want to rest and cry for a little bit because it's all been a bit too much today. But your masculine's like, right, we've got to get the kids to school.
Got to get stuff done.
And get the stuff done. Where's the lunches? Where's all the things? Like, that's that part of that healthy masculine that can, bring us to a point where we can at least get the kids to school before we have a little stop or stillness or something. So, yeah. I've gone through lots of things. Also, 13 lunar cycles, 13... associated with silver as well, the feminine. Yeah, so silver is associated to feminine and gold is to masculine.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Ah.
So some say that today is I didn't think I did say it, is a divine luck portal. So
We like those.
we do like that. We do like that. So what else do I have to
That
say?
doesn't mean go out and buy heaps of lottery tickets or anything. That you can if you want to, but
Back in my single days, I would always get lucky on.
yeah. Well, I was going to say
Friday,
there are other forms of luck that can be had.
Yeah. Oh, this is an interesting note that I wrote down for myself. 13 doesn't represent an imbalance in harmony. It actually is. It's actually harmony. So if we can really sit within our feminine, we find this harmony coming through life, and it's that real divine feminine that comes through. So if you've ever called in the goddesses of love, fertility, divine feminine, any of those things, they come with this a nurturing energy.
And what do you mean by calling in?
Well, whether we say calling in, or some people will say invoking, and that is just saying, let's say, Divine Freya. Freya, I'd like to call you in and invoke the energies of love, compassion, and femininity into my life. So you're asking for Freya to come with her energy to help you to find those qualities within your life, or to expand them within your life. So calling in, invoking, even the word prayer, all means very similar things. So and it can be as simple as that. However, sometimes we like to take things to the next level. So how about what we do is and it is Venus Day for all intents and purposes today. Let's, something that I prepared earlier, let's do a little invocation to Venus, if you will. Just get in a nice comfy spot, relaxing, closing your eyes if it's safe to do so. If you're driving or anything like that, that's probably a bad idea. And just, I will call it in. If you feel to put a hand on your heart or a hand over your womb or your stomach area, doesn't matter. And I will call her in. Beloved Venus, goddess of love, beauty, and sacred desire, we stand before you with hearts wide open, ready to receive your gifts. With each sunrise, your light ignites our soul. With each sunset, you cradle us with your tender glow. Venus, born of the sea and the sky, teach us to honour the divinity within and around us. Bless us with your grace, that we may walk through life with the elegance of a swan upon still waters, and the boldness of fire ignited by passion. Guide us to see beauty where others see none, to weave love into the tapestry of our days, and to honour our hearts as sacred temples, where the flame of devotion forever burns. Goddess of the morning star, light the way through the shadowed paths. Help us embrace the cycles of life. As you embrace the shifting heavens, may we, like your rose, bloom despite the thorns, radiating love's essence in all that we do. Wrap us in your shimmering veil of harmony. Bring balance to the yearning of our spirits. May our desires be sacred, our passions pure, and our connections forged in truth and trust. O Venus, goddess of timeless allure, bless our unions with joy and compassion. Teach us to love ourselves as fiercely as we love others, to find wholeness in our vulnerability. As you rise each evening, illuminate our hearts with the wisdom of the ages. Empower us to be vessels of your love, sharing your radiance with the world. With gratitude, we honor you, beloved Venus. May your blessings flow endlessly upon us as we walk the path of love, beauty, and grace. And so it is, and so it shall be. Blessed be, dearest Venus.
That feels good.
Now, what I'll do as well, I'll do a little recording of that, which we will put up. I don't know, we'll put it somewhere.
We'll find it somewhere. We're sorting that out.
Yeah,
we will sort it out.
We will sort that out. And a really nice divine way to really invoke the femininity, it's really about putting yourself first. So when we think about the Friday, the Divine Feminine, Venus Day, it's about, hey, you may not have put yourself first throughout the whole week, and it's going to be a busy weekend. The kids are home, there's no school. You literally can find some time on a Friday to devote some time to you, and that's what she's calling us to do, is to devote. It's not necessarily to her, because she did it. She showed us the way to be literally in the divineness. She was born of the water and the sky, and she just embodied what it was to be feminine, to be in your divine grace, and to honor yourself as that feminine being. So if you're a bath person, run yourself a bath. You can put some rose petals in it, use some rose or some rose geranium, lang lang. You can get, there's so many different like little bathy things for divine feminine that you can get these days as well. Just make it lush for you, because I may be saying roses and you'd be like, Sam, you can go get fucked with your roses because I don't like them.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, that is okay. Do whatever suits you. If you want to don't put poisonous ones in there, because that won't be fun. I would suggest putting some Epsom salts in there, and some bicarb soda if you don't have a bath bomb of some sort as well. It's going to take out the toxins from the day. It's going to help you just be really deeply relaxed and calm. And even if you just put the salts and the bicarb in there, the bath is going to be 10,000 times just juicy. Some people like to sit in a bath for a gazillion hours. Some people are like, oh yeah, I'm done after 5 minutes.
And if you don't have a bath, like a foot soak or something like that works like well too. You can still sort of engage that feeling.
Yeah, because essentially the main part that we really want to soak is our feet. We are on them all the time. We're doing all the things. And from that, depending on what type of, you can even use an old, like those plastic containers. You know how the lids always break in the plastic containers?
Yes.
Just use one of them. It doesn't have to be fancy or whatever.
You can make it fancy. You can paint flowers on it if you want to, or, you know, you can do
whatever.
That.
It's about the process of doing things.
The ritual of looking after yourself and honouring yourself and your feminine energy. Yeah.
Yeah. If you can, lock the kids out. If you can't, that is okay too. If you have favourite music, when you get this invocation played in the background as well, and just really breathe in what it is and listen to the words. If you feel to, some people want to have a glass of wine in the bath. I'm not a fan of that, but whatever. Do what is absolutely divinely aligned with you.
Your choice.
We are
No
just
judgment.
giving
Yep.
you some options out there to really call that in. A beautiful thing as well to work with the moon energy as well is if you want to put crystals around the bath, rose quartzes, moonstones, the world's your oyster. Obviously, if they're stones that don't like the water, don't put them where it's going to get splashed. You can do it at night after you get the kids into bed. It's really nice to put little tea light candles around the if you're in the bath, or even if you're just sitting. Try not to have the TV on. Just have some time of quiet so that you're in with your own thoughts. And I know for some people that's a little bit much, and they might have the TV on for comfort, for safety, for whatever, and that's okay. Maybe you can leave the light on, just turn the sound down a little bit, and
Or go for music. Pop some music on if you need
yeah.
sort of something like that. Because a lot of people don't like just sort of silence that can.
So go onto YouTube, find divine feminine songs, and they'll be
Or AC/DC if you like
oh,
that, you know.
Whatever, whatever makes you feel good while you're having your me time. But if you just put the kids to bed, AC/DC might be a bit much.
Yeah, it doesn't tend to work when you play it quietly either. Okay, you know that. Certain circumstances, yeah.
So it's whatever makes you feel good, or maybe not good, even better. We're working on this with these little shows. We're working on things and steps and tools to make you feel like you're luminescent from the inside. It's not necessarily what's on the outside, it's how you're, what's the word I'm looking, injecting your energy into the world.
And there are lots of different ways to do that, and we just suggest a few things that we use or we might find effective, or we know that other people have found effective, and so it's just a good thing to put in your little toolbox.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
But I did not know about the Friday, the 13th stuff and everything. So,
yeah, look, you can delve more into it as well. There's a lot of information out there. There's people that devote to books and things like that about the feminine and the 13, and how the number 13 is really quite. But next time you go into a big building, see whether there's a 13th floor. Because it is quite interesting to see which ones, and if you like to look at things, see who owns the building, how old the building is. Obviously, if it's an older building, generally they don't have them. I'm not sure. I haven't been into a new building, but I'm keen to go and have a look now. But I definitely know that there are some older buildings that do not have a 13th floor, and it'd be interesting to know whether.
I think hotels too. I was reading somewhere. I mean, I could be completely wrong. This is not fact or anything, but I had a feeling that hotels tend to skip the 13th floor because no one wants to ever stay on the 13th floor.
Yeah, and I think it's because of these silly, ridiculous. And I'm thinking, I can't remember actually having a 13, like a room that is number 13 as well. So that would be really interesting to see whether or not that is a thing as well still. But for the moment, that is what we're going to have right now. Or shall I just, let's just go into it. We're feeling lucky today. Got my car downstairs and I need to put some more money on it. But it's Friday the 13th and I'm going to test my luck.
I don't know if the parking inspectors around here will like that.
Oh well.
Okay.
We will test the theory.
You are a free spirit. I will not tell you what to do. I will.
That's all right. Let's do the goddesses are calling and they're not letting me go. So
okay, well, go. You know.
So we're going to talk about the different goddesses that are associated with Friday as well. This is going to be a long episode. It's longer, probably the longest episode that we've done
Maybe.
so far.
Yeah, well, that's probably because we're in the same space. And,
Maybe,
you know,
yeah.
And it is Friday the 13th, so
that's
special.
So number one is Freya. So she's the Norse mythology. So she's the goddess of love, beauty and magic. Freya, whom Friday is named, is a quintessential goddess for the day. She embodies sensuality, fertility and abundance while also wielding an incredible magical powers through her practice of Sedia, Norse magic. Freya is the perfect goddess to invoke for rituals focused on self-love, empowerment and transformation. Ritual connections, if you want to honor Freya, you adorn your space with flowers, wearing gold jewelry, symbolizing her love for beauty, invoking her energy and enhance your intuition and confidence. Happy days. Venus. If you know, you know. She is the Roman goddess of love, beauty and harmony. In Roman tradition, Venus is the ruling goddess of Friday. Again, her energy resonates with love, desire, the harmony of relationships. Venus encourages you to focus on self-care, nurture, connections and celebrating the beauty of life. So that's why we talk about Venus Day and having that beautiful thing. So a connection ritual, it's 11:11 by the way. So you can light a pink or red candles, adorn yourself with rose petals and create a love altar featuring symbols of Venus, such as doves or seashells. Now, sidebar, an altar is just a space wherever. It can be on the floor, it can be on a table, it can be on a chest of drawers, and it has just a space that you put things that you want to create, a ritual space. So you can have, say we're doing one for Venus, we'll put down a pink mat and I'll have a red and a pink candle. I have some rose petals sprinkled or a bunch of roses, a shell and a turtle dove little sculpture or a picture. That would be an altar that is dedicated to just for Venus.
Can you get the altar wrong? Like if you don't, if you put like a white candle instead of a red candle or something like that, does that matter?
I say no.
I agree.
I suppose it's just like crystals. Some people are like, you can't touch any of my crystals. There's certain ones in my house that I'm like, that's my one, but there's only two and I have a lot. But there's special ones like the divas. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just the thing. Generally, I'm just ask before you touch, or just be gentle. Same with, I suppose you can invoke more than one person. I know that there's a lot of practices or processes where we'll call in Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary and Isis and this person and that person. So if you were doing an altar for that, that would be a very interesting thing. So you could have a white candle, you could have a blue candle, you could just do an altar based on candles, or it could be just based on I don't think that if you do something with a open heart and a good intention,
So it's the intention.
more the intention, that you can't fuck it up. I don't believe in this. We have to have things perfect. I think that it's just the intention and the acknowledgement. Sure, if you want to come on here and tell me no, you're wrong, that's okay.
It must be this, it must be that.
Must be this, must be that. You know, look, I've gone 48 years of people telling me it must be one way or the other. For you, it must be that way. That is okay. Brings me to the Greek goddess.
Okay.
Hecate. I really tap in with Hecate. So she's the goddess of magic, crossroads, and the moon. So her symbol is the round moon with the two half moons as well. That is her symbol. She is a powerful goddess to invoke on Friday the 13th, especially if you seek guidance, transformation, connection to the unknown. And honestly, anything that is not right now is freaking unknown. So she's the guardian of the thresholds and transitions, making her ideal for rituals focused on releasing the old and embracing the new.
Oh, nice.
And while I was driving over here, I live on one side of Melbourne, we've driven over here, and I was doing a lot of cord cutting and releasing while I was driving in the car. And that was through my words.
What's cord cutting?
So cord cutting will be another episode.
See, I'm being one of those problematic students, aren't I? It's like putting my hand up every 5 minutes.
But that's all right. We will do more on this. But cord cutting
we'll do another episode.
Yeah. So essentially, when you have an interaction with a person, you will have an energetic cord with that person. If it has been like a good friend, a parent, any family members, if you have been sexually entangled with somebody, there is energetic cords that you have with them. And if you want to bring your energy back to you, because it doesn't belong to them, you can cut cords. It's not, you can even do cutting cords with family members. There's certain ones that you do leave, like you don't completely cut cords with your family members because you're always going to have an energetic thing there, but you can cut the cords that bind you to the intentions that are with ill will or that that are holding you back from things.
So it's basically severing negative energy connections.
Yes. So back to Hecate.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. We are claiming back all of our sorries.
Yes. You see, everyone has these tendencies, these little programs in your head.
Yeah, and I think as women, we are in-shamed. I'm going to say in-shamed to saying sorry. Sorry for our existence. Sorry for breathing. Sorry for... if you notice, there's a lot of people out there that their automatic go-to is to say, I'm sorry.
I used to be very bad at that.
Essentially, it's just apologising for breathing to a certain degray. That's a whole other program.
Yes, we will definitely be doing that.
So, coming back to Hecate, as I said, you can... have that symbol of hers. Also, the upside down moon is known to be attached to Hecate. Working with moonstone or black tourmaline, and lighting 3 candles, symbolizing her triple aspect. So the mother, maiden, and crone is very associated to Hecate. As well, and ask Hecate for clarity and protection as you walk your path. How perfect is that? That's all that you really need. Please, Hecate, bring in some clarity and protection as I walk my path. That is as simple as it can be. That's all you have to do. Light 3 candles and go. Please, Hecate, bring forth clarity and protection as I walk my path. That's as simple as a ritual connection invocation has to be. Obviously, I did read the other one as well before. We can go into big long ones, or we can do simple ones. Next goddess is Ceridwen. My tongue is getting caught around it, and it's Celtic mythology, and I think that there's a block there for a reason, but that's a whole nother session. She is the Celtic goddess of rebirth and inspiration, goddess of knowledge and the cauldron. She's often associated with the moon and the cycles of life, making her perfect for rituals on a day that bridges endings and beginnings. So, like the Friday the 13th. Use a bowl or a cauldron in your ritual, filling it with water to symbolize the womb of creation, and call upon Ceridwen for wisdom and the courage for transformation. Could even do it in the bath. It's a cauldron.
Multitasking.
Artemis. So she's another Greek mythology goddess. She's the goddess of the moon, wilderness, and independence. As a lunar goddess, Artemis is aligned with intuition and the wild, untamed feminine spirit. Her energy is ideal for rituals focusing on reclaiming your sovereignty and connecting your nature in instincts. So to call a connection with her is light either a silver or a white candle and spend time in nature. Invoke Artemis for protection and guidance under the moon's light. Back to Celtic mythology, the Morrigan, the goddess of fate, transformation and shadow work. Very similar to, I think her energy is very similar to Hecate as well. The Morrigan is the goddess of prophecy and transformation, often appearing at times of change or challenge. Her energy is powerful for embarking on shadow work and reclaiming your inner strength. The way that we connect in with her is meditate on her symbols, which are ravens or crows, depending on which hemisphere you live in. Work with obsidian or onyx crystals. They're both black crystals, and ask for her courage as you navigate life's crossroads. So that's that. It's very similar. Crossroads, paths you're taking. So that is, I think, it for the goddesses for the moment. I am going to start signing off for this episode. So thank you for listening to us as we delve into, and there is much more into it as well. That's our little delve into.
You don't want to, too much at once. I have learnt so much just from that time, so thank you.
So we will do the invocation as a piece on its own, but if you're listening to this today, amazing. You can listen to this on any Friday the 13th or any Friday. It's not just about the 13th as well. All of the goddesses, the invocations. You don't have to tap in. Like, some you'll resonate with and some you won't really resonate with as well. So feel into it, try, experience, and so happy Friday the 13th. Yay! Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is us from the Garden of All. Next time, I think we might try and be in a garden.
We could try that.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
It would be a very nice idea. Anyway, where you get to have all of the pleasure with none of the guilt.